1, 2, 3, go.
1, 2, 3, go.
1, 2, 3, go.
You can take it off. You
Welcome
can go.
back. Welcome
Yeah,
back.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Episode 34. We checked beforehand.
I didn't check beforehand, but you knew.
um,
I was like, what episode is it?
yeah, because
I was gonna check beforehand.
I had time to check it. But
Yeah.
welcome back, guys, to Just Platonic. I know it's always so weird with our intros. You're like every time you turn it on, you're like, what
Yeah.
kind of intro
What
are
are
we
these
getting?
fucking idiots gonna say this time? We'll get it one of these days, guys. Don't worry. Don't worry.
We appreciate all the views for our little shorts and our little Instagram reels. We appreciate that. Um, it's fun seeing that we can, I don't know, I guess entertain you guys.
Entertain.
Um,
Influence. We're influencers now.
we're not influencing shit other
We arrest
than,
people now. Ha, ha.
yeah. Um, okay.
Yeah. That was weird.
That got really weird.
I was gonna say we arrest people now kind of goes into what's gonna be asked later on in the pod, but
Yeah, I think we have some pretty good topics ahead of us. But I wasn't able to do my pick your poison last time, so we'll do my end first and we'll kick it off that way. Oh shit. My bad. All right. Pick your poison. Oh, I also forgot to for anyone watching or listening, happy almost weekend. Thanks for tuning in. Sorry we get weird.
we're on our road to 100.
Oh, yes, we are on
Also
that
that.
road. So
Yeah,
please
yeah,
help
yeah.
us like, subscribe, and do all the fun stuff.
Yeah. Comment down below with your favorite part of this episode. You know, all
What
that goodness.
what all the other people fucking say, right?
Yeah, yeah.
All right, pick your poison. Wow, this sucks. Uh, leave the country and never return for the remainder of your life,
Okay.
or have all of your illnesses treated by a 12th century doctor.
Nah, I'd leave. I'd leave. I don't trust 12th century doctors.
You're
I
leaving your
barely trust 21st century doctors.
you're leaving your family.
No, I'm taking those motherfuckers with me to wherever I go. We're
Okay.
just leaving the country.
Okay.
I'm like, come on, kids, we're going to fucking Canada.
Out of all the places you would choose Canada.
Well, it's the most like the United States, I think.
I think that they would be offended right now.
They might be.
They would be very offended. Especially if like Kokoki is watching. I don't know what.
I feel like I'd fit in Canada.
Yeah,
I
you
like hockey
just
and pro wrestling.
yeah. And you just have to say A. Yeah, all you have to do is like say A after
They don't
everything.
actually say A, they say hey. I learned that from my Canadian chiropractor. Because I said A to him one time and he's like, we actually say hey. And I'm like, what? But it's
Hey.
like a really it's like a really soft H, he said. Hey,
A.
hey.
That's a soft H is A. That's what's her you saying?
What?
What? Oh my
White?
god. So yeah, so Enrique sent me like a it was like a TikTok or something from
Instagram reel.
yeah, it was from Tim from Timothy De La Ghetto. I
De
will
La
always
Ghetto.
remember him as that. Um yeah, and he was saying white people and people were saying that it was racist, but I was like, well,
People went insane in the comments.
we say what?
What?
Why?
Why?
When?
Yeah.
I even roll my just for no reason.
So as he was saying, like, people were calling him racist, I literally went, what?
What? Yeah, so it
What?
took me a minute to like read your message because you were like, wait,
Yeah, I,
what?
I went super weird. I typed that out. I was like, what? Are we racist?
And then I'm like, wow.
So I'm
Yo.
pretty sure, super random off topic, but I'm pretty sure I know why our TikTok got banned.
Because I said the A word.
Ass?
I said,
Anal?
yeah.
No, I'm pretty sure I said kill at some point. So my brother's girlfriend used to do TikTok moderation, and if you say the word kill, and this goes back to like last week when we were talking about like why are people actually I don't know if we said that on pod or if I was just talking about it randomly. But why people say like unalived?
Mm.
Because
Mm.
the word kill triggers on TikTok as something that's flagged against terms
Oh,
and conditions. So I'm pretty sure that's why we got banned. And it
okay.
also answers the question of like why people censor words now.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't think we talked about that on the pod. I think
Yeah.
that was a work chat.
Yeah.
Now that I think about it.
So that makes a lot of sense. So we will do our best to say the proper terminology so you
Yeah.
guys don't
Like, don't
fucking.
kill yourselves, guys. It's fine. It's not that serious. Like that? Like, don't say that.
If we're getting
It's
banned,
not going on
it's
TikTok.
because of you
Instagram
again.
loves it. Instagram is fine with
Well,
this.
YouTube Shorts is probably fine with it then.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I'm sure.
yeah,
I'm sure.
it's all good.
All we gotta do is flag that it's not for kids on the video. It's probably fine. Actually,
We
should
do.
probably not joke about the suicide part that I just joked about, but we can probably say like the word kill. It's probably fine.
Probably.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you're leaving the
Did I
country?
answer the question? Oh yeah, yeah. Answer. Leave the. Yeah. Leave the country. I was like, did I answer that?
Yeah, I
Yeah, I'd
was
leave the
like,
country.
yeah, because I got lost there for a second. I was like, what are we
Yeah,
talking about? Because then I thought we were still talking about Tim.
we were, and it just kind of.
Yeah, that was such a weird. Yeah, tangents.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But yeah, I'd leave the country. What was the other option?
Have a fucking witch doctor
Oh yeah,
doing
yeah,
your
yeah. Yeah, 12th century doctor. Nah, fuck that noise.
yeah, doing a lobotomy on you because you have a
Yeah,
headache. Yeah,
exactly,
no thanks.
exactly.
That's terrifying. And like, did you watch American Horror Story?
Mm-mm. I watched like the first two seasons or something. I didn't. I stopped watching.
Well, Asylum is like,
Yeah, I'm
did
pretty
you
sure I
watch
watched that
Asylum?
one.
Because I think that
I did watch
was,
that one. The
oof,
second season, I think.
that one was really hard for me to watch. They had
Really?
like, yeah, like I can handle a lot, but like, um, I, watching Asylum is for me is probably like the worst one to watch out of all of them, just because like I get really weirded out by
With medical
like,
stuff? Crazy doctors?
yeah, it's just I don't know that one I can't stomach as well, but
I'll
witches and
probably
all
have them
that.
playing while I'm working or something and rewatch.
I really want I want to rewatch it. I just don't have Hulu.
Yeah, I might not have Hulu soon. This shit keeps getting like more and more expensive. All the
Mm-hmm.
streaming stuff just keeps getting more and more expensive, and I'm like, it kind of defeats the purpose of what we were going
Yeah,
for here, guys. Like,
trying to
how
get
did this
away
shit start
from
at $6 and now this shit's going up to like 20
20.
dollars?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's wild. The only one we really pay for is Max. But I fucking love HBO, man. They just
Hmm.
have such good shit. It's worth like to me, like it's worth the $16.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like HBO
And that
is
pisses me
like
off because
peak.
Westworld was on the list of what I was going to talk about. I'm just going to push that to next week. But they took
Yeah.
Westworld off of HBO.
Hmm. I heard that I should have watched that because I like
I like,
sci-fi-ish.
yeah, yeah. I like the first two seasons. And then I was trying to like watch the third season while not super paying attention, just like have it on and like be doing stuff. And then I was like, wait, what the fuck just happened? I had to keep rewinding because you do have to pay a little bit of attention to the show, otherwise it gets a little confusing.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, yeah, we'll talk about Westworld next week.
Yeah, for sure.
That's an easy one, but
Cool.
yeah.
What you got for us?
So what are we going for? Oh, okay, me. All right, all right. So what crime do you think you can get away with? And that's taking into account like proper planning. You have funding to pull it off. Uh, you have a trustworthy team if you need a team. Two precision
Mm.
drivers.
Fast
Um,
and Furious style.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
What crime or crimes do you think you can get away with? And that's just being a smart criminal too, obviously. Like not using your own credit cards for things, stuff like that. Um, you want to go first, or you want me to go first?
mm, well, when you say like having a team, obviously like I want to do like a Fast and Furious heist, right? But
Mm-hmm.
like
Mm-hmm.
how, well, I don't want stuff. I want
Oh, you
money.
don't want DVD players?
Yeah, I don't,
DVD players alone are worth 1 million plus.
I do not, I mean, unless you're like hijacking like Amazon Prime trucks, right?
So
I don't know what kind of value that I'm getting out of these trucks,
actually, let me look up the value for Grand Theft.
but um, one of the first things that I think about
Okay. Okay.
is if I have a team, okay,
Mm-hmm.
uh, would be like cybercrime.
Cybercrime.
Yeah.
So like
And
cybercrime, like calling somebody's HR department, pretending to be an employee, and having them reset password. Cybercrime. Or was that oddly specific?
sometimes I don't
This
think.
is how I get fired.
Yeah, I was gonna
This
say
yeah,
sometimes I
it's
don't
gonna be it.
think like you should have a podcast. Like I don't think you should have this platform sometimes.
I really shouldn't. I really shouldn't. I think about it all the time, actually. Like, I'm like, what are you doing here? Like, you
Oh
share
my
so much in your
God.
team meetings that you're just gonna share some off the wall
Crazy
shit during a
shit.
podcast.
Well, okay, so
Um,
two things. So obviously is more selfish because I would want to do cybercrime for like money, right?
yeah, I mean,
That
what
one is like
no one's
easy.
committing crimes for the cash and the respect.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna be quoting Fast and the Furious now.
But I feel like cybercrime that I can get away with would, if I had a team, would be to like, I would want to use it to my advantage to like expose people.
Okay,
Yeah. So
okay,
maybe it's like also like diving into like cybercrime, like blackmailing.
yeah,
If,
yeah.
yeah. So, yeah.
So you found the loophole of doing something good, but you do have to be a bad person with what you're doing.
Yeah. And
Did
I'm
I say
gonna
that right?
have, and
Yeah, I
I'm
think
gonna have a price tag. I'm gonna have a price tag for like obviously like if you're
you
like
blackmailing motherfuckers, or you
I'm gonna be blackmailing them.
that's fair. So if
But
they pay you off, are you gonna still release it?
no, I'm gonna take the money. But if you're like diddling
Nah,
kids, I'm not taking the money.
nah, I'm chaotic, bro. I'm taking the money and then I'm releasing it anyway.
No,
That's the
because
that's the Gemini energy in me just fucking shit up.
yeah. I would yeah, you could pay me off for sure.
Oh yeah,
Because
no, like you said, not if you're diddling kids, so that's
oh
automatic.
yeah,
Like,
for sure. Like I'm still gonna take your money and I'm gonna
yeah,
like still expose your
yeah.
shit. But like, yeah, you can pay me off for sure, but I'll I'll not expose you. But like give me a year and I'm gonna do it to you again.
No, that's fair. That's fair. Especially depending on what they did, right? Like if it's I can't even think of anything that's like not bad because everything that's jumping to my head is like since we were talking about like
Yeah.
diddling kids, it's either diddling kids or like dumping a bunch of toxic shit into the ocean.
Yeah.
Granted, you don't like water, but like nah, people doing that shit to me pisses me off.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, no, yeah, 100%. Just like take the money and expose them anyway.
Yeah. That would be mine.
Um, that's a good one. That's a good one.
Cybercrime.
Yeah, yeah, that's a good one. So I did have Grand Theft on mine
What are you
with,
stealing?
and it says like a heist in parentheses.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what I'd be stealing yet. Obviously, I need to plan this properly
Yes.
because with proper planning,
Yeah,
but it would be probably money. Why is anyone doing anything for money, right?
of course.
Um,
You're not gonna go fucking steal candy bars.
yeah, yeah,
That's
right,
ridiculous.
right.
So, like
So
a
I have
bank,
Grand Theft. Yeah, probably a bank because banks are insured for up to $250,000.
you would do a bank.
$250,000, bro.
A bank?
That's what they're insured for, or that's what each account is insured for. So banks as a whole are insured for way more. Each account is insured for 250.
Hmm.
All you would have to do is cut in the security guard. Listen, bro, I know I don't know you, but I could either shoot you in the face or you can take some money.
Yeah, I mean, everyone
I
has
don't
a
think I'd be
price.
able to murder somebody though.
Oh,
But
no.
like,
No. Um,
yeah.
everyone has a price. I mean, look at fucking
Yeah,
Ocean's 11.
exactly. Exactly. But Grand Theft probably I'd say probably a bank.
Hmm.
Probably somewhere in Henderson.
It's really
That made it
specific
that made it
again.
seem like I was already planning this shit.
Yeah.
If
That
any
was
banks get robbed in Henderson, I'm not it wasn't me.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's
um
really, really
yeah.
specific. I was surprised that like you're just going like normal. Like, oh yeah,
Oh no, no. So I've got
like
I've got two other things on there. So I've
oh,
got
okay.
petty larceny. So grand theft is anything over 1,000. Petty larceny is under 1,000. But I feel like I can get away with petty larceny a bunch of times.
Yeah.
So it ends up being on a grand scale. And I would end up doing it to places that are like a nationwide place, like fucking Walmart. I'm not stealing from like mom and pop shops. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like small businesses. People got lives to,
Yeah, straight up.
you know, lives to live and people to provide for. But like a Walmart, those motherfuckers are insured. I'm
Yeah.
thinking of places that are insured, so I'm like not ruining lives. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah. So like in a weird way, like we're both still thinking of like
we're kind of Robin Hoodish right now,
yes, like
right?
we're very Robin Hood. Like we're
Yeah,
taking from the rich and giving
yeah,
to us, aka the poor.
yeah. Because we're poor. Exactly. Um, but no, petty larceny for sure. And that's the thing, like with petty larceny, since it's things that are under $1,000, it's not necessarily anything I would sell. Um, but like if I steal a PS5, I'll give it to somebody. I mean, I might sell it to somebody, but I might, if I got
But
a
like
family
on the
member that's
cheap,
like, kind of want a PS5, I'm like, listen,
$200.
I got one. Yeah, $200.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know, fell off a truck. Shit falls off of trucks all the time. Um,
Fell off of a truck.
yeah, yeah,
No scratch. Box is
right,
perfect.
right, right, right. Um, but the last thing I had was is fraud. I feel like I can get away with some fraud. Not particular on the details yet, but like you think enough like a criminal, you could probably figure it out without any major consequences. You know what I mean? Like we've
It
seen enough people
depends.
get in trouble for this stuff where we could be like, I'm not gonna make that mistake. That was dumb. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't think I'd go into like identification and like fake IDs and stuff like that, but I could probably pretend to be somebody for a little bit.
Yeah, I was gonna say like I wouldn't want to like ruin someone's life and like fuck up
Right.
their credit or like their social or some shit, you know?
Right, right.
Yeah. No, I get that. I think I'm
Yeah,
sticking
those are my three.
I think I'm sticking with like my cybercrime. My cybercrime antics.
Yeah.
But
Cybercrime antics probably a little bit easier. Real not easier, but like
well, if you have like a really good team, if you have
it's
like
not as risky, I guess,
yeah,
right?
yeah. If you have
Because
like
you're
a
not there in
really good
person.
team.
Yeah.
But like I guess like what I'm not educated on is like the on like a federal level, like how good their like counter like like their
Counter
cybersecurity.
cybercrime.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
their
yeah.
site. Yeah, like I don't know on that level like how good they are because I'm pretty sure like they even recruit people that are like doing cybercrime,
Yeah, yeah,
right? But you're
yeah.
basically you're hiring criminals because you think like a criminal,
Right,
right?
right.
I'm not sure of like how good their team might be, but
So I mean,
if I don't know, I feel like there's like been like some cyber attacks lately where I mean, I don't think anything directly towards like the government or anything, but like if I don't know if their team doesn't know who it is.
if the government could have stopped it, they should have stopped it, kind of thing.
Yeah, something like that.
Uh, the government's about to shut down this fucking podcast after that. But
Yeah, so if we
no, I
don't
agree.
have an
I agree.
episode 35, it's because they see us as a potential
The
threat.
the NSA got us. They were listening in on the pod,
Oh man. Yeah. I don't
and
know.
they sent the people to shut us down. But no, that that's the thing. So the blackmail portion, you're strictly looking for bad people,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Um, so you're like a digital Dexter Morgan. Did you watch Dexter?
It's crazy you say that because Travis and I haven't seen it and we're actually
Oh,
lining up to watch Dexter. Yeah, so right
I
now
was
we're
watching Dexter last night,
oh my gosh.
actually.
Yeah, we're that's on our list. That's on our list. So right now we're on the terminal list and then next is
Mm,
Yellowstone and then I believe next is going to be Dexter. So
okay,
it's
okay.
there. It's on the lineup
Yeah,
for
yeah, yeah,
sure.
yeah. Dexter's good. For like seasons one, two, four,
So
gets a little weird.
don't without spoiling for me, what do you mean like a digital Dexter?
Oh, so the first episode, Dexter breaks down. He has rules of
Oh.
engagement, right?
Oh, okay, for sure.
So he only kills people that are bad people.
Oh, yeah, I like that.
Yeah. So he like straight murderers.
Yeah.
There, I think the first episode actually there's a fucking child molester that he killed. Um, so like
What
it
we're talking about.
the whole show, yeah, the whole show kind of makes you think like, am I supposed to be cheering for this guy because he's killing people? But then it's like all kind of justified. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um, damn, it's a good show. I like
I'll watch it.
I'm like
Don't worry.
four episodes into season one again, and I'm like, man, I forgot how much I like this show. Um, but yeah, so like a digital Dexter Morgan, right? So you're looking for shitty bad people and taking them down.
Yeah.
But it's like at what point does the government like because in like movies there's always the cop that like wants to do the right thing and then he kind of like he's like, oh, you know what, you got a point, and then he lets you get away with it.
Yeah.
Like that's gotta happen, right?
Yeah, I like I said, I think that we're all obviously we're all human, even like if you're a cop or like whatever top secret,
Yeah.
So I feel like if you knew like this person was like one of the worst when it comes to like well, our number one thing is like protecting the
Kids.
kids, right? So
Yeah.
if like, you know, I'm sure
Yeah.
that there are some cops that kind of like turn a blind eye,
Yeah.
for
That's
certain
why I can't be a
justice.
cop. I'm pretty sure if
Well, that's
something was
why.
happening to somebody, I'd be like, man, fuck that guy.
Well,
That
that's
dude
why.
was diddling kids.
That's why, like, I actually just seen like a TikTok the other day of this like former inmate, and people were asking like, hey, like, what happens to like predators in prison? And they even like he said that obviously they get fucked up, right?
Hmm.
um Basically it's torture. They torture them, and the ones that actually like line it up for them are the COs, or
Yeah,
like
that doesn't surprise me.
the what are they called?
Correctional officers.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
COs, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they're the ones that actually like line it up for them. Like
Yeah.
they'll like go up to the inmates and they say like, hey, like so and so is gonna be here, like you guys have 15 minutes, and for 15 minutes
Hmm.
nobody's seen anything.
Yep.
Yeah, and he
That's
said,
I'd be that cop. I'd be like, yo, I heard this dude was fucking touching little boys.
yeah.
So what you're gonna have to do is do what he did to those little boys.
Yeah. He even
You know what
says
I
like
mean?
it's not just like a one-time thing. He says like
Hmm.
they literally make their life a living hell in there. Like
Yeah.
even the people like
I,
serving that
yeah.
person, like serving food to that person, they fucking put like rocks or glass in their food. Like it's torture every day for them.
Hmm.
Like getting their ass beat. You don't have like solid food. You don't know if somebody's fucking with your food. Like they just live in like constant terror. And
You
I'm
just
like,
got food like jizz in their mashed
yes.
potatoes.
Yo, yeah,
You know
they
what I
see
mean? Like,
yes, he says they put
yeah.
poop in it, everything. Yeah.
Ugh.
Yes. Yeah, and uh, I was
Hey,
like,
you want some
good.
Salisbury steak? It's just fucking doo doo. Doo
Country
doo
fried
and mixed with
steak.
piss. Looks like gravy. What the
Exactly.
fuck?
Yeah.
Well, I told like so. I just realized how often in the team meeting I did today for the other manager, I'm in there talking about like I went to jail. I just realized how often I tell people that. Like it's
It was part of your journey. So, I
yeah, it's
mean,
part of
what
the
do
yeah,
you
it's part of the, you know.
Yeah.
But I didn't realize how major of a part it is for me until today when I was like, I don't know these motherfuckers and I like
Well, they
but
better know you're a real one.
yeah, yeah. Um no, but like that dude that I don't
Oh,
know if I
yeah.
told you guys, he was all like balled up, looked
Yes.
like he was crying in the
Yes.
fetal position.
Yes. Yep.
And the dude was like, "Oh yeah, that dude like fucks with kids, man. Like fuck that guy." And like they're like talking shit to him as we're walking by his bunk and he looks like he's fucking crying and like
Good.
balled up and scared and I'm like,
Good.
so like at the time, like right now I'm like 100% yeah, fuck that guy. But at the time I'm like, man, that sucks as I'm hella scared. It's my first time in jail. I'm like
Covering your butthole.
I'm fucking nervous and shit. But no, like yeah, that's the thing. You've been in jail, like you know, um,
Yeah.
the lower level of all the scumbags in the world. Nah, not that everyone in jail is a scumbag. There's some good people in jail, I'm sure. But yeah, like nah,
They
kids.
live
That's
they live in constant terror, which
yeah,
is, yeah. Somebody in the comments was like, "Awesome, I can sleep in peace tonight."
yeah, 100%.
But yeah, I mean, at
Oh,
least they
like
get the justice that like society would give
yeah,
to them.
yeah.
Yeah.
So there was one that I saw. It might have been was the dude that you saw like a bald white dude.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure this fucking guy killed somebody. His cellmate was like diddling kids and they were like, why did you kill him? He's like, well, he was telling me these stories about he was fucking little kids and I told him he should probably stop and he just kept going, so I stabbed him in the neck or something like that and I was like, god damn. And then people in the comments are like, good for him, he deserves to get out early and stuff like that and I'm like, I don't know if he deserves to get out early but
Yeah.
like
Like
um
he's
like there are people responding to like he should get out early with like he
no.
was originally in there for murdering a woman.
Yeah.
It's
No, 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 no. Like, yes, he's doing the right thing for us, like there,
yeah, but
but
still,
like
like,
maybe
you gotta keep the leash on the dog, guys.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Let's not get too crazy.
yeah. Yeah, let's not let this crazy dog just run free, barking and chewing people up, you know.
Ooh, yeah.
Um, I think it might have been the same guy actually, but yeah, he was like, I stabbed that motherfucker. I was like,
Okay.
okay, okay, good point. Yeah, yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
So this is like
But man,
super perfect segue
okay,
into
cool. Yeah,
what
yeah, yeah.
I wanted to talk about real quick. And it's, did you watch the movie Trap?
What movie?
Trap with Josh Hartnett?
Trap?
Yeah.
Trap. Oh, the one that just came out.
Yeah.
The M. Night Shyamalan movie. No, I didn't
Yes.
watch that yet.
Okay.
I want
So,
to, but I didn't watch it yet.
well, are you gonna watch it?
Probably not anytime soon, so you can drop the spoilers on me.
No. No.
Drop them.
No.
Drop them.
No.
It's part of the segment.
No, it's sort of, but
Do it
I
for the
just,
pod. You know,
no.
do it for the
Well,
vine. Do
maybe
it
I
for the
might.
pod.
Maybe I might. So if you don't want to hear spoilers, three,
I'm
two,
just gonna stop
one.
listening now.
Yeah. Fast forward like 20 minutes because we're probably going to
Yeah.
be talking for a little bit.
Go to like 5 minutes before the end of the video. You guys would be good. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, Trap, the M Night Shyamalan. I always want
Yeah,
to
yeah, yeah.
say
Shamalama Ding Dong.
yeah, it's so terrible. But it has Josh Hartnett in it, which that man. Anyways, so you know the premise of the movie, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So if you, for viewers, listeners, if you don't know the premise of the
Spoiler
movie,
alert.
no, it's just the premise. There's no spoiler alert. It's basically like Josh Hartnett and his daughter go to a
A Taylor
concert,
Swift concert.
and basically that entire concert is a setup to catch like a criminal, which they like kind of make it to be Josh Hartnett's like character. Even in the trailers, like he's kind of, yeah. Anywho,
I'm out. Is it not him? You can tell me. It's fine.
okay, spoilers in three, two, one. It is him.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So anywho, so I don't I don't even have to like really talk about the entire movie, but it's just more so like this thought process, right? So
Okay.
if you are watching this movie, because I was thinking about this when I was watching it, and it made me feel like, whoa, like
Okay.
why do I think this way sometimes? Well, not sometimes, all the time. But you're watching this, right? And he is clearly the criminal, okay? And it's a huge setup. Like there's cops everywhere, like the employees are in it.
Yeah.
Like obviously there's concert goers, they don't know that, right? But
Yeah.
like there's literally no way to get out. There's parts in the beginning where he is looking for ways out and he's realizing like he cannot leave. Like they've thought of everything to make sure like he doesn't get away, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I sit there and my hopes
And you're
are
like, how would I get out?
no, no,
Oh, okay.
no, my hopes are watching this character is there's two scenarios. Do people sit there and watch and say, wow, I can't wait to see like how he's gonna get caught? And I'm sitting there thinking, bitch, find a way out so you
Find a
can
way out.
leave.
Yeah.
Yeah, right? So like I know that these kind of movies like make you think, right? Where
Mm-hmm.
like every moviegoer is gonna have a different thought process. I sit there and I'm like, ooh, like how's he gonna get out? Like I can't wait to see like him get away. Cause I'm hoping that he gets away,
Mm-hmm.
right? Some people are watching hoping he gets caught.
And some people are watching hoping he dies.
Something,
Yeah.
right? So like what do you tend to think, or like what, I know you haven't seen the movie, but I guess like what would you want?
What would I be rooting for?
Yeah.
That he gets away. I love Josh Hartnett.
No,
Like it's
I know. Like, please get him.
kind of depends on who the actor is for me. Um no, so No, I really do like Josh. Like, I just watched The Faculty with Asher, and he was all about Zeke and the fucking caffeine. But no, I'd be like, yeah, how's he gonna get out? Like,
Yeah. Like hoping he gets away.
yeah, hoping he gets away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm kind of
So
like that too.
that kind of falls in line with where we were at before, saying like, kind of root for the villains,
Yes.
right?
So that's the part two
Okay.
for
Okay.
my thing. No, but you can go ahead.
No, so I'm not necessarily always just rooting for villains. I like to look at it through the lens of like a villain is the hero of their own story, right? Obviously there's villains that are like fucked up crazy. You can't really root for them,
Yes. Oh
but
yeah.
you might sometimes just because it's fun to root for the bad guy sometimes.
Yeah.
But like, and I think that's one thing that like Marvel does well is their villains are typically pretty well written to why they are the way they are, right?
Mm-hmm.
Thanos lost half his fucking planet or whatever. Killmonger was shunned by Wakanda. Like they have their different,
Backstory.
yeah, their different reasons, and finding that kind of like human element to a bad person, to someone that you're not supposed to root for,
Mm-hmm.
um kind of adds that extra dimension, right? So realistically, I mean, and I don't know how his character is in the movie, but the fact that I'm rooting for the actor here at this point, I kind of want him to get away, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, I know I saw like somebody's like locked in a basement or something, and they didn't look like a kid, so I can root for him in that sense where it's not like
Yeah.
he's a fucking weirdo.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Um, but like, yeah, I think I'd root for him to get away and kind of hope that nothing too bad happened, especially since like he's there with his daughter. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. It's
But it's a family movie.
well, I watched it with the kids, so
Yeah.
um
The kids watched Old with me. That was a weird one.
oh,
M Night
well,
Shyamalan movie.
yeah, I just showed the kids. Well, I told you my kids really love old for some freaking weird reason.
Yeah.
But how you were just showing Asher Purge, so I showed kids Purge or my kids the Purge and they really liked it too. But that was another one, right? Where it thinks
Yeah.
where like that's another concept of like the Purge, right? It's
Yeah.
like
Yeah. Yeah.
do you save the guy? Do you not? Do you look out for your
Right. Right.
family? Do you participate in the purge? Do you not participate in the purge? Do you
Right.
encourage it? Like there's all these different
Like,
like
I'm not gonna lie. You know how in the first movie they let the kid lets the dude in? I'd be so fucking pissed at the kids if they let the dude in. I'd be like, we don't know that fucking guy.
yeah. Yeah, so the way that they weren't mad at the kid, I was
Yeah.
thinking like, dude, I would
I was
like
like, no, I'd be fucking livid.
yeah. I don't think like yeah. That's good. It'll be a different movie.
Yeah, it happened, and they were like, "What were you thinking?
Yeah. Yeah, they, they like
Why did you
did
let that guy in here?"
yeah, they like disarm it, and then the kid's like, "Hey, get in here! Hey, come here!" I'm sorry, what? And then they're just like casually running, and they're like, "Wait, what are you doing?"
Yeah.
Not like
Nah,
a,
I'm shooting that motherfucker in the face as soon as he comes in. I don't know that guy. I don't want to participate in the purge, but you forced my hand on this one, son.
yeah, it was very like the fact that they weren't livid with the sun.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That was like the whole movie obviously is like,
it's
not super
meant,
realistic.
of
It's meant to
course.
be
Yeah,
exaggerated, but like that to me was like you guys didn't even fucking yell at him.
nothing. Yeah,
I yell at my
it.
kids when they're too loud when their mom's asleep and she works graveyards. Like,
Yeah.
you guys don't even fucking say a thing to this guy. Or to this kid. He's letting some random fucking stranger in your house.
Yeah. And the fact that your kid knows that code, that's a very important code.
Yeah.
You should not share with your children
Yeah.
until like they're of age and can understand.
Yeah.
right?
Like the
Yeah.
older sister probably could have known the code. Granted, she probably would have let her shitty boyfriend in anyway, but
Oh
like,
my gosh. Yeah.
you know what I mean?
And that
Like,
was another thing. Like, you can't, like, I'm just saying, like, you guys don't look in your kids'
yeah,
rooms?
before you lock this shit down, you didn't make sure there wasn't any randos knowing that it's fucking purge night. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah, like nothing. So I was telling Trav, like, the one aspect of the movie that if, let's say, it was real, right? I feel
Wait, which
like,
movie? The Purge?
yeah, if the purge is
Okay, okay,
real,
yeah, yeah.
right? Like, Ethan Hawke's character is like telling telling his wife like, "Okay, honey, well, security system's on, so you can go relax now." I'm
Yeah.
sorry. Relax? Nah.
Mm-mm.
12 hours
No.
we are up. We are up
Right.
and I'm staring at that screen for 12 freaking
Right.
hours.
Right. And
Yeah.
like, so I don't let my anxiety get to me the way, and I'm sure you don't let your anxiety get to you, but your anxiety gets you, right? Like,
Yeah.
I don't, my anxiety is not as bad as yours, but I'm 100%, I'm up. I'm
Yeah.
not going, my security system's chill. Especially this
Yeah.
motherfucker knew because later on in the movie, they're like,
Yes.
we're going to battering ram. And he's like, it can't survive that. It's going to fucking break. I'm like, yeah, you fucking knew that whole time. I'm just
Oh
gonna take
yeah.
a fucking nap.
Yeah. Go relax,
Fucking,
honey. Go. Yeah, like I just feel like relax. You know what I mean? Like, what do you mean relax? And
nah.
like all the kids are in one room. You know what I mean? Like
Hmm.
kids are in one room. We are all in one room for 12 hours. Like
Yep.
if I have to be like a freaking crazy overprotective like parent for 12 hours, those are the
Yeah.
12 hours to do it,
Yeah.
right? And then,
Realistically, right? Like that's like the second one. That's kind of how it did with the apartment.
oh, I haven't
That's how
seen
the.
it.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so don't
Okay.
say nothing. So, and then I was like telling Trav, I'm like, if you know that this is the world that you live in, like, why wouldn't you also have a safe room?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, you have the money for it, like, you're protecting the exterior. Now, let's think worst case scenario. You should have a safe room.
Mm-hmm.
But I get it. It's a
Mm-hmm.
movie, right? But it definitely makes you
Yeah,
think.
but still, like,
Yeah,
yeah, there's those movies where you're like, no one is prepared for jack shit in this movie, and then there's movies where you're like, damn, these motherfuckers thought of everything.
everything. Yeah,
Wow.
that was what's it called? Oh my God, what's that show for me? Oh my gosh.
Wait, what was that movie? Don't Look Up? No, not Don't Look Up. That was that weird
No.
movie with Leonardo DiCaprio.
What was that? Oh my gosh, why can't I think of it? It's the
I can't think of
game.
that movie, but there was a dude with a fucking like a bunker, and I think it was Kevin Bacon.
Oh, wait, the one on Netflix?
Yeah, with Julia Roberts.
Yeah. The world is it's like the end of the I know
Yeah,
what you
that but
mean.
that movie, right?
Yeah.
Like Kevin Bacon was set. No one
Yeah.
was going to his house. Like
Nothing.
that's how people needed to be during the purge. And these
Yes.
motherfuckers are like, well, my little barricade is up on the door.
Yeah.
I
It
know it
was
won't hold,
ridiculous.
but
Yeah, it was
no one should be
ridiculous.
trying to break this shit down. I'm like, nah, I don't trust fucking nobody.
You're talking about villains, but I'm gonna
Oh
tell
wait,
you. Oh,
wait,
what?
wait, what happened with Josh Hartnett? Like, what?
Oh, I'm not spoiling it. I'll tell you later because I
Oh,
want to
okay,
talk about the villains because it's funny you brought up the
okay,
villains,
okay.
right? So after thinking about that, you know me and that I do tend to get drawn more to like the villains, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so like I was like, like why do I like villains so much? So I go on good old Google, right? And I put in like why are people like drawn to villains, right? And like the
I'm paying attention right now because I fall into that same category, so I need to know.
yeah, so the main thing in psychology is that people are just drawn to characters like themselves. And so it says that studies have proven that we're more likely to sympathize with characters who are similar to us. And in most times in movies and TV shows, it's the villains because the good guys are often portrayed as nearly perfect, right?
Oh,
And
and no one
that's
looks at themselves as perfect.
yeah, and it's really
Yeah.
hard to relate to like a perfect character, right? So they're just saying like for villains it's just more realistic, right? And then on top of that, it also brings like we're curious about that character, like why are they like that, like what's up with their past and like
Hmm.
et cetera, right? So then I have my characters. I have three,
Three
but
villains that what
yeah,
you super associate yourself with.
yeah, so then like
Cersei.
what? I hate that because I literally have it on, on my list. So Travis Travis hates Cersei with a passion. But I
Oh yeah, Lisa
so
does too. But I'm like, she was just taking care of her kids,
yes, so
right?
like so Travis doesn't he doesn't ever relate to villains. Like he is like he always goes for like justice and the right thing and the
Yeah,
good
yeah.
guy, right? So it's funny that I was reading this where it's like they're saying like people like it's hard for them to see or like relate to the good guy, right?
Hmm.
And so I guess I can't wrap my head around like why he likes I guess like the heroes, right? Versus where I relate a lot to like the villains.
Yeah.
Um but I think that he well, I can't speak for him, but I think that for somebody that can't relate to a villain, I feel like they're not being open-minded to they're just only looking at the bad stuff that they're doing. They're
Oh
not,
yeah, yeah. Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like, of course, we don't want to blow up a whole church,
Right.
but she did it because y'all fucked with her
Yeah.
way too
Cause
fucking
y'all fucking
much.
cut her hair, made her
Yes.
walk through the streets butt ass naked, people throwing
Yes.
dookie at her.
Yeah. So,
Like, yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
I would have blown up the fucking church
Yeah.
too. And on top of that, it had like what's her name in there, which was like scheming hard against Cersei and
Who,
was kind
Marjorie?
yes,
Man,
yeah.
I liked her character too.
I really liked her character too, but like she was getting too close to like Cersei and like her plans. Like she could
Yeah, yeah.
see, like she could see Cersei's plans basically, right?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
so she like get rid of that real quick.
Yeah. Wiped her off the face of the earth.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but I think like they're just looking at like the actions and I think they're not looking at like what
Reasons?
even caused that to begin
Yeah.
with, right? Um I could rant all day about Darth Vader. I can rant all day about Kylo Ren, even though Kylo Ren is just a big ass baby, but it is what it is.
Big ass baby for
He's the
sure.
biggest fucking baby ever. But Disney made him relatable because he couldn't Kylo Ren's character was written in a way like he went down that dark path and seeing him struggle between like wait a minute, am I supposed to be on the dark side or can
Yeah.
I, you know what I mean? Like that's
Yeah, the
how
way
they
they
wrote
wrote
his
him was like
character.
was literally like kind of just for a redemption arc. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's the only
Which kind of sucks, but like,
yes. That's the
yeah,
only reason why they made him relatable. Otherwise, he's like a really big baby.
yeah,
Um, but yeah, Cersei. So what I wrote down was I wrote down that Cersei is a very complex character because you're right. There are some characters that are just like 100% psychotic, like you cannot relate to them at all, right?
hmm,
But she's very complex because I wrote that her biggest weakness is that she's a mom and that she cares deeply, deeply for her family.
yeah.
And that's really why she does what she does in the series.
Yeah.
It's all
It's her
of it.
biggest weakness and her realistically her biggest strength because that's the driving force behind everything, right?
Yeah,
Um, but yeah, yeah, definitely. I agree. I
yeah.
agree with that one.
Um, And I put like to protect her family at literally all cost, right? She's
Hmm.
heartless at times, but she lives and breathes like for her family, like her kids. And so I
Yep.
think that's what made her like so relatable to me and why I like her so much as a character, because it's like I feel like given if I had the same power, if I had the same money, if I had the same, like my bitch ass would be real quick to be a Cersei. You look at my kid sideways and I'm blowing up your fucking house.
It's fair. It's fair.
But like I just feel like she didn't do anything until you fucked with somebody. She didn't just do stuff to
Mm,
like do stuff. She didn't. She waited until her
no, that's
family
true. That's
started
true.
to. I mean, like, look at Jamie's character arc there. Like, he went from throwing a kid out the fucking window to
The
everybody
things he
love.
does for love, bro.
Yes, but then everybody
Do that to
loved
my
him.
boy.
But everybody loves him at the end.
Oh, I loved him at the beginning.
So did I. But
I
I'm
was like,
just
the
saying.
Kingslayer. And
But
everyone's like, he's a Kingslayer. I'm like, no, he killed a crazy person.
but
It
but
wasn't,
but a
I
lot
mean,
of
I get he killed
people
the king, but he killed the crazy king that was burning everybody.
Yeah, but a lot of people didn't like him because he threw him out the window, right? So everybody's like, "Oh my God, like how could?" And then
The
at the
things I do
end,
for love. I loved that shit. That was my favorite shit.
but
I started saying that all the time after that happened.
I'm just saying, like, I don't, I'm just saying, the
Mm-mm.
fucking Lannister family is top tier.
Yeah.
Like, that's the fucking family that I would,
Yeah.
yeah.
Are you are you watching House of the Dragon?
No,
Oh, okay. Okay.
yeah. So I have my reasons for that. I'll tell you after the pod. So,
Okay. That's fair.
um, and then real quick, so what I don't relate to this character, but I get her character, and it's Maleficent. Pretty easy for everyone to understand her backstory. Are you familiar?
No.
So Maleficent,
I was trying to think about it and I was like, no, that's not
no,
it.
that's okay. So Maleficent's character, she basically just got completely betrayed and went into like revenge mode to protect her heart because she got so hurt. So like when she was like obviously how her character looks, right?
Hmm.
And so when she was
Hmm.
younger, like she had like wings, right? And so she basically starts to like fall in love with the prince back then that
Hmm.
then became like the king. So I think his name was like Stefan or Stefan or some shit like something like that. And the king was like, yo, like, go get Maleficent, bring me her wings. And then like you gonna be
Just
king
cuz?
and shit. I think some like they were like fucking with her or something, and so of course like she killed like some of the knights and people, whatever. But they keep coming into her shit,
So
so she's
it
just
was all
protecting.
retaliatory.
Yeah, so she was just like protecting herself, right?
Yeah.
But he obviously, the prince, used his relationship with her to get close to her. And like one night, like they were like together and like they fall asleep, and then he cuts her wings off. And so, of course,
Okay.
she's betrayed by somebody that she loved and cared for. And
Yeah.
so she went into revenge mode
Yeah. Yeah.
and fucking took Sleeping
So
Beauty
I mean,
from him.
I feel like Maleficent is supposed to be like one of those villains that people are supposed to like. Like, why else would she have a movie, right?
Yeah, but it's Disney again. Remember, the
Yeah,
way
yeah,
Disney writes these characters is for it to be relatable. That's what I'm
yeah,
saying. She's not relatable to me as like Cersei is relatable to me. But
yeah.
to fast forward, um, I think a lot of people can relate to like Maleficent's character,
Yeah.
right? Man or
Yeah.
woman. But then my number two, well, yeah, like I only have two. Well, I mentioned Maleficent. I told you I don't relate
Oh,
to
okay.
her,
Okay.
right?
Yeah, yeah.
Cersei was like
Okay.
number one,
I
but
was
then
like, you just said two different
no, I
things.
know.
I know your math isn't that bad.
But then number two, it has to be fucking Harley Quinn. That is literally
Really?
my girl.
Harley?
Yeah. I put in like
Uh,
she's a, like a psycho lover for like that toxic love, which isn't the reason why I would relate to her in that way, sort of. But she's more of like a broken
oh yeah,
person,
yeah,
but
yeah,
she's just like figuring life out as
yeah.
she goes, right? And then she's like super passionate about like what she believes in, but not like in the comic book way, like the older like versions of how they portray her, but for all of us, because I'm sure a lot of us have seen Suicide Squad, right? So when I say like a broken person, like figuring life out, it's more so like even if like she's not sure, like her character, like she's not sure on something, and then she'll just go, whatever, and then like shoot somebody.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know, because she's like processing it. She's like, like is this like what choice should I make? And then she
yeah.
at the end of it, she's like, fuck it, and then she
It's
goes,
fine.
yeah. She just goes with whatever she's like feeling at the moment and like sticks
Yeah,
to it,
yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So I,
It's weird that I was like, I was judging when you said Harley, and then that's kind of how I make decisions, though. When I think about it, I'm
yeah,
just like, fuck it, it's fine.
yeah, it's fine.
Whatever happens, happens. It's all right.
Yeah. I mean, I
Oh
think we
man.
say it is what it is, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
All the time because it truly is what it is. You know what I
yeah.
mean? Like,
So like, it's funny that Harley's relatable to you because her counterpart obviously is the Joker, and this dude is not relatable at all. So like there's like couples that are like, oh, me and me and my girl are like Joker and Harley Quinn. I'm like, that's not a good thing.
yeah,
You realize that's not a fucking good thing.
yeah, they're like super
um,
super toxic.
yeah, yeah. I'm like, this motherfucker in the Suicide Squad movie anyway, pushed her into a vat of fucking poison.
Yeah, but see,
Um,
like that again, not Joker side of it, but Harley side of it. Like I can see because like I would be the dumbass that'd be like,
she got manipulated for sure.
yeah, like I would be the dumbass that would fall for that. Like, cause I know myself, like I would literally fall for that and then literally jump into a vat of chemicals
Yeah,
to prove my love to you.
that's wild. Um, but like
Yeah.
that's the thing, right? Like Harley's written as a relatable character. All her flaws, everything. For the most part, people can relate to her, right? As a villain. You know, she's abused by the Joker, manipulated by the Joker. She's a victim herself while still, being a villain.
Yeah.
The Joker, on the other hand, no one should be able to relate to that motherfucker. His
No.
shit is just completely fucking random.
Unhinged.
Yeah,
Top
yeah,
tier unhinged.
yeah.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah,
weird that
that's
like,
very unrelatable. So
yeah,
that's one of the characters that is just you can't relate.
right,
You
right.
just
Where
can't.
you're not supposed to relate. It's
Right.
he's a bad guy just for the sake of being a bad guy, right?
Correct. Yeah.
Um, but it's weird to me that like my favorite superhero is Batman, but I don't
See
really
him as
like
a
the
hero.
Joker at all. You don't see the Batman as a hero?
No, I thought you were gonna say like you see it, like you don't, or like
Oh,
I was trying to like
no, I was
finish, but I didn't
gotcha,
finish.
gotcha. Um, no, but like in the sense of like a hero and their main villain, right? Like I really like the Batman. Joker's kind of just whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, And that's not to say he's like a bad villain. He gets the job done for what he's supposed to be as far as like storytelling goes. Like he's just a maniac, right? Um, but like the Riddler was like more compelling as a villain to me than the Joker was. I don't know. It's just weird that like because I'm trying to relate like people to their main villain
Well,
and like
then, I was gonna say, well, then, who do you relate to?
the Reverse Flash because
Elaborate.
everything he does
Is slow.
is because he was like
Just
a
kidding.
fan. He was a fan of the Flash, right?
Okay.
And unfortunately got obsessive and he got a little weird and crazy. But he wanted to be like the Flash, and when the Flash wouldn't accept him as like an equal, he went fucking crazy,
He
right?
went stand on them.
Yeah, so so his whole thing is like everything that he does is fueled by his hatred for the Flash for spiting him.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know, like I don't take things as personal as I did before, but like I would take shit super personal, and then I'd be like, I hate that motherfucker. I fucking hate that guy.
I think you're still like that.
I might be a little bit like that still, but like I don't obsess over it. I used to obsess over it and be like, I fucking cannot stand that guy. I want to ruin that person's fucking life.
Yeah.
And I'll like go into Joe Goldberg mode and start looking people up and being like, I could
Oh my
fuck all this
God.
shit up.
You relate to Joe Goldberg.
I 100% relate to Joe. Not the obsessive part, but the I guess that is obsessive actually. Now I think about it. Uh, the need to know things and manipulate things. Not saying that I'm manipulative, but like I feel like, oh, if we're gonna throw that in as a crime, I feel like I can manipulate people for sure, based off of finding things out about them.
So
Um,
blackmail.
yeah,
You'd be a
blackmail.
part of my team. I got
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We should start just blackmailing. That's got to be a lucrative business model,
you.
blackmail. Um, but no, like, so kind of like with Cersei, right? Everything is driven by something that happened to her. The Reverse Flash is driven by like just feeling spited, or not spited, slighted, just
Slighted.
feeling spiteful. There we
Yeah.
go. That's what I was looking for.
Yeah.
Um, because he didn't get the respect he wanted from the Flash, right?
Mm-hmm.
And like, I kind of feel like I'm like that a little bit.
Sorry.
Phone? Was that a phone?
No, it was one of the kids' tablets. I don't know why they have
Oh,
it an 11 o'clock alarm. Tis what
they
tis.
got to get up, get ready for school.
That's really cool though. It's crazy. Crazy how we can all I mean another like okay, before we wrap, like Darth Vader, you obviously know. You
Mhm.
know, right? And people don't get it. And I'm like literally like Darth Vader, like the reason why he did everything from the beginning was because he loves Padme.
Yeah, and he hates sand.
That's it. And people can't see that like, "Oh my God, he just killed kids." I didn't say I condone that. I'm just saying that that
when you're going crazy, you're allowed to have.
listen,
There's a cushion there.
have you all never heard of forgiveness, okay? So I'm not saying that it's right. I'm just saying
You're
that
like, you know what? Lightsabering kids in the face is fine. Don't do anything to them.
yeah.
Can't touch them. It's fine. Just
I'm just saying
poke them with the plasma end.
he li- he literally just did everything for love.
Yeah.
That's why. Because all he had was he had oh, he something was on my finger. He had a dream, right? That Padme was dying.
Mm-hmm.
And then he did everything to make sure that dream didn't come true, which
Yeah.
obviously it came true because he went to the dark side. But the entire time he thought that going to the dark side was going to help him make sure that Padme doesn't die.
Yeah. He got played too.
Yeah, the Emperor fucking played him because he
Yeah.
knew. He
My
fucking
boy, the
knew.
Emperor, was
He
like,
he fucking he knew his weak
I
his
know.
yes exactly. So he knew and use that to his advantage,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm just saying, okay, you've already done fucking killed the Padawan kids, right? And Padme's dead, okay? And the dream that you
Might as well
didn't
just be a
want
bad
to
guy.
exactly double down at this point.
Well, I
What the
mean,
fuck are you really gonna do? Are you gonna be like, oh,
realistically, he's not going to be like, you know what? I'm just going to go back to the Jedi Order. They'll probably be cool with it.
exactly. What are you supposed to do? You're like, fuck it. Like, I already lost everything that I cared about, right? So you're
Yeah.
just like,
Yeah.
well, I might as well just continue force
Yeah.
choking everybody just because I'm pissed
Yeah.
off.
Yeah.
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 So that's why.
Yeah. And the Emperor is there the whole time, like, this person is a bad person.
And Darth Vader's like, say
They're
less.
trying to hurt you. And Vader's just like, you know, you got a good point.
Yeah,
Throws a lightsaber.
exactly. But they don't see everything beforehand. That's
Yeah.
all I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
I'm not saying I condone it. I'm just
But
saying
she
I
condones it,
get.
guys. She was saying Anakin was right. You don't realize she has an Order 66 jersey hanging in her closet.
Well,
No, but
my little Sith thing is right here.
I'm saying this like I'm being judgmental that you like villains when I'm over here.
Ghostface in
My
the back.
Yeah, Ghostface in the back. My username is based off the Reverse Flash. I'm judging Harley Quinn, and I'm like, no, you know what? She's got a good point. She's got a good point. I don't know. So with villains for me, like you were saying, it's more relatable, right? Um, Not that I was like a shitbag person, but I was like not a very good kid growing up. So like looking back and like knowing that there's always two sides to things. So like I'm pretty sure that's why I like villains so much. It's just I'm like, you know, something happened to that guy. That guy's
Yeah,
angry because something happened.
exactly. Yes. And then you just want to figure out why, and then you're just understanding to it, and then you
Yeah.
know why they're doing what they're doing. And
Yeah.
again, it's just the whole doubling down aspect. What are they going to do?
Yeah.
They've already done
Yeah.
X, Y, and Z.
Yeah. We saw what happened to Loki. He got screwed over.
Yeah, he got fucked up.
Thanos just fucking choked the shit out of him, dropped his body like it was fucking nothing. Like,
And he was trying to be good.
yeah.
You see what that did
Yeah.
to him?
You see what
So
happens. You see what happens.
yeah.
Don't be like Loki.
Don't yeah, exactly. Don't be a Loki. Okay? Just if you're bad, just double down on it.
Yeah. Don't go full Joker, but you know,
Yeah, yeah, don't do that.
yeah. Find a nice balance to everything.
Well, thanks for listening. Let us know which villain you relate to the most.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I want to know. I
Yeah.
expect to see some comments.
Well,
Hopefully.
I want to see like a little bit more like I want to see like a little bit more like creative ones, right? Don't give me the Darth
Mm.
Vader
Mm-hmm.
ones. Don't give me like the generic one like I gave for like Harley Quinn.
Yeah, yeah,
Cersei's pretty
yeah,
complex. I didn't know about Reverse Flash, so that's pretty awesome.
yeah,
Tell us something we don't know.
yeah, yeah,
So,
yeah.
till next
Tell
time,
me why you like the Joker and relate to the Joker. I'm really curious.
because you're a psychopath.
I want to see. I want to see what happens. Then we can ban you because I don't trust you anymore.
Because you're a
But yeah,
psychopath.
yeah, exactly.
Till next time, guys.